To our live stream. We have D-Lin from Infinite Battles, also known as the 1,000
1,000
Blocks.
blocks.
Yep, 1,000 Blocks project. Infinite Battles being the brand new feature that they are really excited to be sharing with all of us, and that we're excited about as well. If you guys if this is your first time joining, my name is Philip or Kroge. I'm the CEO of Riveted Games, developer of Cryptoblades, and we're just going to be talking with another game project here, really game project / protocol / community engagement website. We've worked with 1,000 Blocks for quite a while now. In fact, we've had a number of different spaces for things like CryptoBlades Kingdoms. We even have one set up for Bolster. And they have another space set up specifically for Infinite Battles, right? With the what is it? The Sapes space, if I remember right, or something like that. So
yeah, base camp. So that's
Sapes base camp. Yeah, exactly. So anyways, so that's a little bit about what we're going to be talking about today. D-Lin, if you wouldn't mind just kind of talking about your role with 1,000 Blocks and kind of a little bit about yourself and sort of, how you got to this point, how 1,000 Blocks sort of came to be. I think that would be some interesting background info for everybody.
Great. Yeah, I'll clear some things up, and then later also if there are some questions, I'm happy to answer everything. So my name is D-Lin, and I'm with 1,000 Blocks as co-founder. We're 5 co-founders, and my role is quite. I sit on many chairs. I'm also the community manager, and also then, of course, on strategic partnerships role, and also on the marketing side. So just like gluing everything together. But we have really good developers on team, and also team that has experience for years with development, also game development. And you'll see today we'll present something brand new, innovative, Infinite Battles. We started out with 1,000 blocks. So I'll just switch also to, for those that don't know the whole thing, we are creating like NFTs on the blockchain. And so we have like different spaces where you can put anything up there to share with the community, to share with the world, and also earn BLS tokens. So BLS token is our native token. And for now, you had just this possibility. We introduced later on NFTs. We call them smart because they will be able to adapt, to level up, to increase different traits, to add certain additional possibilities. It will be like your personal Tamagotchi in the future. I'm sure many of you maybe know Tamagotchis back then, but yeah, that was.
Yeah, I love those. In fact, I think I even have one like literally laying around. If I find that thing, I'm definitely gonna pull that thing out because it's like a classic. I think I need to get a new battery for it, but it was like a yellow and black striped one, and it's probably very hungry. It hasn't eaten for about 25 years. So.
Oh shit.
But yeah, Tamagotchis. Yeah, those are awesome.
Yeah. So today we will focus mainly on Infinite Battles. So this is our play and earn game. We like to call it this way because we don't want that you just play it to earn, but really to play, enjoying it, and then of course also in the process have some possibilities to be profitable. And so the whole timeline, how we actually started. So we know us for a long time, and then we decided we really need to give something back to crypto world. We are long time participants. Me, for example, started back in 2014 in crypto space. And then we said, okay, we're just watching, trading. Let's do something really to give also back to community, and also to maybe grow communities together, and that was our main objective back in April 2021. So this is also some time where you also started with CryptoBlades, right?
That's right. Yeah. May of 2021. I think May 31st / June 1st. You know how it goes with time zones. Since I'm in the United States, it's always like whenever we release something in the afternoon, my time, it's always like the next day for our whole community. So we just talk about like, yeah, releases are always fun. But yeah, that's right around the time that we launched CryptoBlades.
Yeah. So we started back in April with the development and just logic process and so on. And then in September we released with IDO. We put everything to people to really enjoy 1000 blocks and constantly developing, improving, adding new features. And so also in end of 2021 we introduced smart NFTs, so with space apes that are actually based on real world scenarios, because I don't know the whole story how they started sending apes into the space. There were altogether 39 apes, so we counted every one of them till today. Some are really mysterious. It's a really interesting story. Like China sent something up, but never talked about it. But it's also there. And so we started, let's say space. Let's do something with space. Also introduce apes, because this is really also interesting for the crypto market. And then we introduced space apes. You can still find them, or you can simply go to Apes Club, where you can also find all those that are already minted. Mint is still ongoing, and this is now a crucial part. This NFT is used on infinite battles, because without it you cannot fight, you cannot defend your blocks against other players, and this is really putting all the pieces together. So when we introduced the space apes, we already know we will continue with developing the game, and that was also then we are now right in front of the release. I will say that today many also expect that we'll start with game. I will a bit disappoint you. Today will be really just demo, and in the next couple of days you will be able to put your space apes really to use them, to test them. So why was this decision? Because we find some things to improve, and we wanted to do it beforehand, then putting it out to the public. We really want to be consistent here, to put stuff up there that is truly tested, that's really from different perspectives, checked, logic checks and everything. So that's why it was decision that today just demo, and then we will also in next days release the game for the public. So the story is important here, right? You still with me?
Yes, absolutely. Yep. I'm listening.
So we are in parallel universe where first ape humans sent to space survived and evolved into powerful space apes. So what they want to do now, they discovered blocks. And they found out that by yielding from these blocks, they get BLS tokens. And this BLS token helped them to survive, get more powerful, and also evolve in the future. But there is limited amount of these blocks. So now they were friendly to each other. Now they need to also fight with each other to get those blocks, to get that yield of BLS tokens. And this is the story behind. And and if I continue now.
And I was just going to add too that if I remember correctly, with the Safe Space Camp, people can actually be earning BLS by participating there, right?
Right. So BLS token is introduced from September 2021. So people can already mint it, trade it, send it all around. And of course, they can also get to the, okay, now it will want to switch from testnet, but I won't do this now. But here you're able to simply go on the space, claim the blocks, and then you earn BLS tokens as long as you're the owner of these blocks. And this is like passive income, but of course people can also come and cover you over, so you lose your blocks. Then you need also to fight for those blocks here. So this is something that remained a bit and will be also in infinite battles. You again fight for the blocks. You need to keep them. You need to keep other space apes away from them.
Right.
And, yeah. So in future, we also introduce space objects. You will be able to create your whole bases, whole empire up there in the space. Now, before we switch directly to demo, just this simple logic here, because with 1,000 blocks, there was a bit of difficulty at the start when users start to play, get their blocks. There were some issues, like it's not so straightforward. We tried to introduce more videos, tried to really simplify it. But with infinite battles, we said, okay, we need to break it down to make it really simple game. And this is simple logic here, what is actually happening. So two apes are fighting for the block. And they, of course, need to put down battle fee. And this will range in future. For now, we set it fixed at 420 BLS tokens. We also check, of course, the price of the token and so on, but for now it's fixed. Later on it will be ranged. And then they want to claim the block. They fight for it, and the winner, now what happens? 70% of this battle fee goes directly to the winner of the battle, and 30% goes into the space treasury. So space treasury, what happens here? These BLS tokens that come into the treasury, they are actually paid out through this block, because you yield, as long as you hold now this block, so you won, you will yield BLS tokens. So simply said, you earn 70% of this battle fee right on start, and also then yield as long as you hold it. And and this is the process that then continues in the loop. You can also, of course, get more blocks. You can use more space apes. That's why you can have as many space apes as you want to fight for the blocks. Of course, we also checked into this direction, the whole game logic, that you fight, but there is also stamina involved. So what is stamina? Stamina is something that the ape lose when fight. So you have like for 4 battles enough stamina. It goes to, just let me check where this, that was put somewhere else. So you have the stamina and you use it for the battles, because when you deplete the stamina, then you cannot fight for that day, but you regenerate stamina for the next day, then you can again fight with that ape. This is good because of, let's say that somebody has infinite amount of money and would just fight all the time. And this somehow also prevents whales just to invade the space and get all the blocks for themselves. Was that clear for until now?
Yeah, definitely. And when it comes to the if you want to go back to like the infinite battles and the relationship to the blocks. So or the how does this sort of tie together with the different spaces as well as the blocks that people are fighting for? Are they completely separate, or are they tied in? Maybe that piece you can.
Oh yeah, sure. So this is completely separate now. So this is 1,000 blocks. We leave it here. Here you can earn BLS tokens because what you need on the Infinite Battles for fights, of course, BLS token to pay the battle fee and to fight many battles up there, to have infinite battle mindset. And therefore you need BLS tokens. So what you would do, you would try to claim some of the blocks on the 1000 blocks to yield BLS token, or you can simply buy them also on the exchange. We have liquidity on PancakeSwap, and then you have BLS tokens, then you can come to the infinite battles. So now I'm already presenting directly the space.
Right.
So this is really infinite space. You can zoom out, you can zoom in. This is completely mobile friendly. So when people can play on mobile, people can play directly on PC. Like currently, there are some improvements to front end, like blocks will be a bit changed, but this is something we'll do in next days before the release, and then you have blocks up there. And one more important thing, you see currently there are around 13 blocks.
Mm-hmm.
We will start out with a certain amount of blocks, probably around 24 blocks at the start, just to then measure activity. And when we see, okay, there's a lot of players, they're playing, we can increase the blocks. So after there is a certain amount of activity achieved, the space will expand. So we add simply more blocks. And if there is lesser players through time, of course, then also the blocks will be depleted. So this is also one big thing here to the sustainability, because each block has a certain amount of various tokens that are distributed out to the holder, out to the owner of that block.
Yep.
And once this various preset amount of various tokens gets depleted, the block turns into the rock and just flies into the infinity of the space. And this way we can then control the amount of blocks up there, because maybe in certain times or months there will be lesser activity, less players, then the blocks will simply disappear, and if there are more players, they will simply appear and people can then start again to yield them, to attack and then yield. One more thing, this is also good to say here, is in future we also envision that there are more different projects, like also we see skill tokens up there, king tokens, like you can also preset amount for a certain block, and then by the color you would differentiate it and say, okay, this is a Cryptoblades block. Here I would yield a king, or here I would yield a skill, or other projects. And then we really do this building communities together, like with 1000 blocks. The
Right.
main thing was really bring together different communities, give them a space to work on, and this way you didn't know before, maybe for 1000 blocks, but you are Cryptoblades, of course, and then this mixing of different communities, this is really important for the future of the whole crypto, because we need to expand and know each other, which projects are out there, and simply work together to make this a successful space.
Yeah, awesome. No, I definitely think that would be really cool to be able to create more utility for the skill token, that people can be yielding that, as well as, for example, on our space, that people can be generating their skill and then go to one of the blocks and then to participate in infinite battles, and just that whole adding of utility and, creating token transactions. One thing that people don't realize too, with a lot of the different DApp aggregators and things like that, is many of them, you just add your contract addresses and then it will track your activity. But, you can also be adding in your token contract address, which is a legitimate part of, really any of these ecosystems. And when it comes to sort of being able to do well in all of these like rankings of, because that's one of the ways that people are picking which games they want to participate in, is how many other people are participating in that ecosystem. And it gives a sort of safety to, want to jump in and get started, much like what TVL has done in the DeFi space, that, people will go to protocols that have a high TVL. Granted, that's not always the safe method, right? There's plenty of counterexamples, but that being said, there's certainly a lot of benefits, for us as a project, like for the very same reason that we wanted to do the 1,000 block space in the first place. It's because it's a way for our community to be earning some tokens and getting on the radar of other people who are sort of cross-pollinating with 1,000 blocks, with all the other projects who have had spaces on there, which is really, really cool. So I think it's definitely a great idea, whether it's with the BLS or with our token or what have you. So about the NFTs are required, the SAPEs to participate.
Absolutely.
How many NFTs are currently floating around? Are any of them, I think you mentioned this, but just to sort of recap, I guess, for my own sake too, are there any that are still able to be minted? What do the floor prices look like? If somebody wants to sort of get in, I can go ahead and share your screen again if you want me to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. So currently there are 923 space apes that are out there in the circulation. So altogether, drop one is 2,101 space ape. And yeah, it's like we're around 50% of minted, but this is not all. You can always just go to Tofu. So we have on Tofu NFT, we have set up their secondary market where you can simply go there and also buy them directly from other players or those that are selling them. Like here, yeah, you can just set the price, low to high, and which space apes are there. Because one thing also here, each ape has certain traits, and it's like good for attacking. Certain apes are good for defending. There will be like at the end of the game, like when you win the block, I would also say in the future, there will be this additional utility that certain apes will like yield more BLS tokens than others, like gold diggers, for example. And yeah, with like hammer, you can just crush through that skull of this one, like if it doesn't have a
so is this
weapon.
And is this related to, or is that hand in hand with the Sapes Club, or maybe can you talk a little bit more about that?
Oh yeah, this is connected. So when the apes are minted there, they're automatically put in here into the Sapes Club. And yeah, with owning one of those apes, you simply get into the Sapes Club, and there are certain benefits also for the future. We will also introduce these drops that if you hold apes, simply if you own one ape, you will be eligible for new drops. We're setting things up for these stamina boosters and also other, like I showed before, these objects, for example. You would also be able to get some swords, like here, space objects and so on.
Oh yeah,
so this,
awesome.
And of course, also we have special Discord club just for the space apes, and we have really great market analyzer with us, BizHash. He's analyzing markets and he's really crushing it. So you also have direct access, like to a trading group here.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's really good. What I didn't mention before is, okay, this is also then the roadmap, but I didn't like envision this whole story with NFTs, because you know this. I know you also are partner with Altura NFT, right?
Yes, absolutely, right. With their
with
their smart NFTs and everything. Yep.
Absolutely. So that's why we also are partners with them. Because smart NFTs will be a big part here. We really want to have these apes that evolve, that they have additional utility added, and so on. But we can also later make it that, let's say, for example, that alpacas can now fight for the blocks and fight the space apes, or Cryptoblades knights can just go up there and fight for their king's tokens and so on. So this is
Yeah,
like a big thing that we can continue pushing forward and bring other projects up there in the space. And
that's
yes,
awesome. I think
space, yeah.
that's huge. Yeah, because
Hmm.
with the even as a team, as we're kind of working on, hey, how can we get on the radar of people who, for example, either own our NFTs or own other NFTs,
Hmm.
and it's sort of one of those interesting new dilemmas in this decentralized space where you want to be able to communicate to people that, look, there's brand new things that you can be doing with this NFT to earn yield or get certain benefits or things like that. And so this is really an interesting way to sort of from our perspective of hey, we have we know we have plenty of people that don't even know that they can be earning with the NFTs that they currently have because maybe
Hmm.
they're playing other games or something like that. And then, they come across 1,000 blocks and see, oh, I can actually use my CryptoBlades NFT here. Like, oh, let me go find that, or even for our existing players, of course,
Hmm.
just continuing to add utility in different places is I think going to be the for those of us who are in this space, it's like something that's maybe repeated ad nauseum. But for people
Hmm.
outside of the game space who don't really realize everything that NFTs can be used for, utility is almost just like a meme or a buzzword, and people don't really get that NFTs can actually provide you with something. So that's
Hmm.
definitely a very cool option to that.
Yeah, I see
Of
that too,
course,
and also like with upcoming crypto blades kingdoms and lands, that's it's a lot of possibility. This, you see, the space is infinite. We can
right?
put anything out there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. It all comes full circle there, doesn't it?
yeah. All right. So I think people are most excited for a demo. Let's give that.
Yeah, awesome.
You, yeah, you'll also see it's really simple. We really wanted to bring it down to the simplest thing possible, but still input enough possibility to strategize, to prepare your space apes army to get that block, to check, okay, which ape is better against other ape, scroll through space club and check out, yeah, which apes are good with agility, attacking, defending, recovery. There are of course also legendary apes, and legends have some special powers too, and yeah. But to mention here, you think, okay, legend, this will always win, I don't have a chance. We have this winner calculation built in. I would say it's really a piece of art, because there is like also some randomness effect, pray to the space ape god, that also the underdogs can win here. And if you find yourself against legend, then you have certain percentage of possibility to win the battle. So we want to make it really excited for everyone to play. But of course, there's also stamina plays role, agility, different traits to determine the winners at the end. So yeah. Um, Let's check here. So we have blocks. Like I said, the space will grow through time. There will be more blocks up there. When you connect to the wallet, you see I connected already. You just simply click connect. Of course, you need to be on the Binance Smart Chain. That's something very important. This is built on Binance Smart Chain. We think also to expanding to other chains, but for now, let's stay here focused on Binance Smart Chain. And as you see, I already have 4 space apes. So this is still on development environment, but it will look, yeah, mainly like here, like I'm showing you here. And you can just simply also click here, check your apes, what's good. You see also stamina. There will be also the boost stamina option where you can buy these booster shots. They're really popular now in this world, right?
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, and you can scroll through the apes and simply check then what you have in your army. Of course, you can then also go and mint new apes, or just go to Tofu NFT and find new apes, get them for yourself, and then build yourself a nice army for invading the space. And here you'll also see which blocks are actually yours, just to have clear mind. Okay, you can check here this and this and this and this block is there. And as a holder, of course, you will be eligible for this PLS yield that can be harvested directly here in my rewards thing. I didn't touch on the sustainability, because you think here this is a joke, right? To 12,420%.
Right.
How are you feeling about this number?
I'm going to say, how is that sustainable, Dylan?
Yeah.
Can you explain it to me?
Absolutely. So I will just say we input a lot of time to make it sustainable. There were a lot of calculation flying around, and then we really nailed it down to this point that we can even increase this API in future, because it all depends of activity up there. So if it's good activity up there, this is a no-brainer. I can simply show you just a small calculation here. We won't go into details because this is like also a company secret if I show you the whole calculations. But you see, we can quickly get into the profitability depending on the battles per hour, because at the end effect, these BLS tokens go back into our treasury and they are paid out to the holders of the blocks. So I'll just leave it here. You already see that with like with 2 to 5 battles per hour, we are totally sustainable here, way over the limit. And we can adjust this then later, check different scenarios. Of course, we need to get data to see now how much activity will be up there, how much, just to get the data together. You also probably at the start wanted to get a lot of information out of CryptoBlades, just to have it nailed down. Okay, this is now, we need to drive on this road just to get it to perfection.
Yeah, and and for those of you that don't know, we work very closely with them, and every project that wants our kind of advice on how we've survived over the past year and even thrive now, getting back into top 5 blockchain games in the world. Like, we're really an open book, and love to talk with. We even know that in the space like this, like, yes, we've had some early success, but it's really awesome partnering with projects that are really as innovative as the 1000 Blocks and Infinite Battles team, to be able to learn ourselves. But yeah, we're also very strong advocates for creating models that have solid revenue streams that drive the rewards, solid incentivization models that can be driving as well as different NFT upgradability methods and reinvesting back in the ecosystem. And I think it's really cool how anyone who wants to get started can get even a almost collect their wagers by participating in 1000 Blocks and earning some BLS, and then taking that over with their ape to Infinite Battles. And so very excited for that. So in case you haven't mentioned it already, when is this going to be on mainnet, and when can people actually start using their apes to participate in Infinite Battles?
So this will be totally fully available to public in I would say this week till the end of the week is our, let's say, timeline. We actually have it, things we wanted to release it today to public, but last check of the codes, so we really did this last in-depth analysis, and then we found out a few more bugs and some logic loop that needed to be addressed. So this will be fixed in these days, and then we just put it up. You'll find everything on our Twitter, Discord, on all our channels, Telegram also.
Awesome.
Yeah, I didn't get to the end here, so I'll simply continue. So I want to get this block now. So I'm wishing to have this nice API here. So what I wanted to do is, all right, let's select attacker here. You can scroll through your different attackers. You see my whole Space Ape army here.
Yep.
Here below you probably don't see, but here's a link to the mint ape. You could then, if you don't have any apes, you can just click there and you can then specify amount of apes you want to get and simply mint them, still mint them until they are mintable. So now I choose this one. I wanted to put this one into the fight. So I call it, and now through MetaMask confirmation, so this is directly built on blockchain, so this is why you need to also to confirm on the blockchain. And now I'm attacking the block, and there comes, so of course this is on blockchain, that's why it takes a minute, not a minute, a few seconds just to load up against who I'm fighting. And this is also one good point. You don't know who will you fight until you really attack it. And this also adds to this mystery a bit, to check, are you really ready to fight, or you will repeat the fight if you lose, and so on. And this mystery is there, there are some things, still to be improved, but this will be also in coming days. You'll also see later if I win here now, then I will be able to simply choose my image for this block, choose my description and also link for it, and this way you can mark it as yours. Like this is also something that stayed from 1000 blocks. Here you really also want to put something up there for the public to see, to really say, okay, I own maybe this one here, and also links and everything. Battle is in progress. It usually takes, I would say, 30 seconds. So in this case, it already takes a bit longer than expected. But this is also because this is in a development environment still. And then in the next stage, when you win or you lose, there is shown, okay, now you won this one. Or if you lose, then you would also be shown that you lose it. Because it takes a bit longer here, I would simply show you here, because I know you don't have a lot of time. This is also article tutorial that will release it, and then you can still check it here if you have some issues with the game. If you don't know how to exactly play it, you can simply go into this tutorial and check it out. You see, so in this case, if you win, if you lose, sorry, better luck next time. But if you win, you can then set the defender ape. This is also important. If you have more apes, you can simply choose one defender. And then you have like an army of apes, and you know, okay, this one is good for defending. If I win the block with attacker, I'll put my defender up there, and he will defend this block for me. And then you can, of course, use attacker for next fights and so on. So here in this case, you would simply choose image, write description, add link, and you can put something that marks that is really your block now.
Awesome.
Good.
The flag, right?
The flag is then yours. Like here you see. Okay, I'll now simply refresh it, and then we'll check it again. But here you see, okay, here are marked with different flags. You can also put something funny up there.
Yeah.
This one, for example. And yeah, this is how then the space evolves, and you want to get all those blocks to yield that API, because each block yields for itself. It's not like a one common calculation or pool where you get out of it, but you really yield from this block this amount. It will be like, for now it will be fixed to this API. We also wanted to make it attractive, and then it will also vary according to this range of battle fee. So then you can just set up the battle fee, and then you can get higher API, lower API, and so on, but also pay lower fee for the lower API. This is just then a game of, let's say, how risky you want it to play it.
Right.
Good.
Yeah.
So
I'm definitely excited for sure.
yeah, let's switch back to you. I need to drink something. Just
Yeah. No, I'm definitely excited. I think the model makes a lot of sense to me. As far as a certain amount of battles will essentially be feeding into these APYs and APRs, and as soon as everybody sees like, wow, that dude's been holding that block for how long and how much have they made after just winning a battle there. And I feel like it's one of those things that people really can't help but want to participate in, and when they participate, all it really further does is continue to improve the sustainability. So that's a model out there that I think is we always talk about that, like you have to have revenue that's generating these yields, and that's exactly what's happening here. So I'm very much excited about it.
Yeah, the game feeds itself. It's like really a model that is in a loop. So the BLS tokens get back into the system. They are payout to the players. So it's infinite loop here. We can also call it like that. Infinite battles, infinite loop of rewards. BLS flying here and there.
Right. And, if it's one of those things where, oh, well, how is that, how is that going to keep going? It's like, well, the only downside or the only sort of end to the loop is literally nobody wants to battle. But that really can't be the case, because if I'm sitting on a block for a month and people are like, wow, like, if that's all, I've already made 1,000 APR. Obviously somebody's going to try and take me down, right? Because
absolutely, yeah.
that
You'll
is,
always wake up when you sleep and check your blocks are still yours.
yeah, right. So, yeah, I'm definitely excited for it. I know we had a couple questions here that we can
let's switch
handle
to
before
questions.
before we jump off. I see one that's all right. So you're saying projects can rent out blocks and set % yield of their project token and make outside NFTs to perform some actions in order to get a portion of that yield. I think what they were referring to was, like, for example, if we wanted to create a block that people could earn skill, would we be renting out a block, supplying some skill, etc.? Or maybe can you, and I know that's something that's down the line, but I think it's a really interesting question. Maybe you can sort of elaborate on
Yeah,
how you see
absolutely.
that
So
reward
this
system.
is a good one. Like, you would just simply decide, project CryptoBlades would like to have 10 blocks up there, and then you would say 1,000 skill tokens per block, and then on each of that blocks, people can yield 1,000 skill tokens, for example. And this is exactly like it's written there. You like rent these blocks, but actually you don't rent it, because we just offer it up there for different projects. Like in this case, then this would simply yield to the players, would yield then skill token or would yield king tokens. And there will be then separate treasury for that, because if you have now different token involved, you would also need different treasury than BLS token, but skill token. And then it goes out the game again fuels itself out of that treasury of skill tokens.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then another question: how much is the initial investment? I don't know if that's if there's a mint price that you have. Otherwise, we can probably talk about floor prices. But I'll let you handle that one.
Yeah, how much is BNB currently? It fluctuates like crazy. I think it's 225, right? BNB. So a mint price is 0.42 for Space Ape. That's like 94 bucks. 94
Right.
bucks for Space Ape. And just to mention this, if you use the referral code from any of already users of 1000 blocks, you get 5% or 10% discount, something like that. We need to
Awesome.
check. Yeah, just check in our Discord group, and people will be happy to share their referral code with you, and then you can mint a bit cheaper also. And the BLS token is currently 0.012, I think. So battle fee. So we talk now battle fee to attack the block. It's like 420. We love number 42. We
Yeah. Right.
also are building everything around it. If you check on 1000 blocks, this is also like 42 times 24 and minus 8. It's because 8 blocks are for our logo, then we get 1000 blocks, and we always like evolving around that number. And in this case, yeah, it's just like 5 USD to attack the block with this
Awesome.
current price of BLS. So yeah, 5 USD is current amount.
Yeah, not bad to $5 wager to just continue earning. And of course, yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how much participation there is, because as a player, you both want lots of participation and not much. Like there's this almost competing factor there, because you don't want people to sort of overthrow you, but at the same time, you want a lot of activity to keep the APRs high, right? So.
Oh yeah, I want to mention there's something. So more players there are, more blocks are out there. So this is really interesting, because you actually want that more people come, because the space will expand. There will be more blocks. You will get more yield, more possibility to attack different blocks. And yeah, and in this case, you really want people to get on board. To you'll share your referral code really nicely, I think.
Yeah, awesome. Well, cool. That's about all the time we have for today. This was so great to see this all come together, and we're very excited for this to be released, hopefully this week for you guys. Obviously, if you're from the Cryptoblades community here, we will keep you guys updated when it ends up getting released, and be really fun to have a sort of kickoff with everybody and see who can take over the blocks. And I'll definitely put a Kroge flag up for sure when I take one over. But anything else you want to leave people with here before we hop off?
So I just wanted to answer the one question I just saw there. So minting apes is not limited. If yes, what's the cap? From Yawa 1991. The cap is set at 2,100. So there are just 2,100 space apes out there, and they're really extremely rare, extremely powerful. We call them, because once the game gets going, the mint will get run out very quickly, and then we can really focus on secondary market, and you will see also rising prices of NFTs because people would like to participate in game. And yeah, we see this like also one whole closed loop. Like we built this big space, and all the puzzles are coming now together with the release of this game. And yeah, what I wanted to mention here, we really want that a lot of different communities come together. We want this space to grow. We want crypto to be successful. WAGMI, everybody.
Right.
That's
yeah, exactly. Definitely. Well, cool. Thanks again for hopping on, and thanks to the community for jumping in and asking some really great questions. We're definitely excited for you guys, and And yeah, until the next time we all get together and stream, maybe it'll be us doing 1,000 blocks or who knows, but or infinite battles. But yeah, this was really a great time, and I'm definitely looking forward to the next time we chat.
Thank you very much, Philip, and the whole CryptoBlades team. Yeah, it was great to be here. And yeah, just check our socials for the game release. It will be in next days. So
Awesome.
watch out.
Awesome. Cool.
Space apes
Thanks.
are coming.
Yeah,
Bye.
they are coming.
Yeah.
All right. See ya.
All right then. See ya. Bye.